Alright, y'all. Welcome back to another edition of Shop Time. I have been trying to think of a way and trying to work a way to where I can incorporate cottonseed into the diet of the bait bottles that I'm putting out for these traps. Y'all, I apologize for the fan, but it's just too darn hot not to have it. So, I've been trying to figure out a way to incorporate the cottonseed into the diet of the bait bottles. Well, cottonseed really needs to be delinted before you use it, which means, you got, let's see. You look at this cottonseed right here. I don't know if y'all can see it that well. See that cottonseed right there? It's still got some of the fiber on it. That's a good one right there. You still got some of that fiber on it, that cotton fiber. Well, it really needs to be delinted to expose the actual seed underneath there, because if not, I mean, you still just a little hard ball of cotton is all you got. So I've been trying to figure out a way, and I know I know they make delinting machines, and I know that you can actually use chemicals to melt the cotton off of the seed and everything, but I don't want to do that. That's ridiculous. And I really don't want to have to build a darn delinting machine for I don't know, 2.5 gallon jug of cottonseed. But if I can find a way to where I can incorporate it, mix it in with some corn, that's what I've been trying to do here for a little bit. I've been trying to take some corn and put it in a blender, my outside blender. I got a little blender outside that I used to grind up all kinds of junk. But anyway, I've taken that cottonseed and I've mixed it with corn. And the corn breaks down really good. I mean, of course, it's a hard kernel of something. I mean, it'll break down into, meal. Well, I have gotten it to 3 different consistencies, depending on how I do it, and depending on what I use. And I'll show you in just a minute the 3 different consistencies that I got. First thing I want to talk about is these oats. Now, these oats are good, and they'll dig in there after them as much as they can, but the oats themselves they don't fall, they pack too easy. And the cottonseed, if I just fill one up full of cottonseed, it does the same thing. I went over there and checked them today, and I had a 2-liter bottle or a peanut bottle or whatever, just full of nothing but just raw cottonseed that needed delinting, but I just packed it in there. I just wanted to see if they'd mess with it, and they really didn't mess with it. I know deer will eat it regardless, but coons and other animals, squirrels, possums, whatever, they didn't seem to mess with it that much. So I got to find out a way to break it down to a way that they either don't know that it's cottonseed that's in there, or to a way that they'll eat it. So, like I said, the oats I may have to just mix in with corn, or mix in with this stuff, or mix in with something. That may be a good idea. Mix oats in with some of this meal that I've milled up. I'm going to stop it right now and show you the 3 different consistencies that I've got, okay? Okay, this stuff right here is half and half. It's half cottonseed and it's half corn. Now, you can still tell there's still plenty of seed left on this cotton. I mean, plenty of lint left on this cottonseed. But this is just one time in the blender, mixing it all together. Now, if I take this same stuff here and put it in a blender, I get this stuff. Now, this stuff is a little bit finer. And it's not as thick as that is right there. It's a little bit finer consistency. Now, if I take this stuff out, while it's still in the blender, if I just pull all this stuff out, down in the bottom is actually left is the meal, like cornmeal, and that's it right there. Get it in the light. See, it's a lot more ground up. I mean, there's still some cotton in there, but it's got enough darn husks, cottonseed husks, and ground up seed and corn in there. Well, I think I can mix it in maybe with some oats And I may put a bottle of this and mix it with the oats and see how that does. But that's where I'm at. I mean, that's, yeah. And a hair on my lip. Got it. But let's see, that's like at the bottom of the barrel, and that's really kind of what I'd like. But man, that takes a lot of stinking work just to get that much. I mean, that's a 2-liter bottle. Not a 2-liter bottle, but a 20-ounce bottle full of corn and cottonseed right there. Round it down to there. Round it down to there. So let me see. I may have to do me some mixing. Okay, so I know they're not going to eat it in this form. All they'll do is they'll get them a handful of it, pull it out, discard the cottonseed, and eat just the corn. So I need to get it in a way that I know that they'll eat it. So this is what I come up with. It's half of this ground up, that's cottonseed and corn and cat food, dry cat food in there. So I can kind of use it as a filler, and we'll kind of just see how that goes from there. I'm going to empty this out and mix it back up and put it back in the bottle so it's not all cat food at the bottom and cornmeal at the top, cottonseed meal. So I really wish, and I was in Walmart today. I didn't think about it, getting some either molasses or brown sugar. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Alright, y'all, this is what I'm after right here. Got that cottonseed ground up in there. And I got some corn in there, but that's because it was already mixed in with some cottonseed, and I knew they wasn't going to eat it like that. So instead of putting cottonseed in there now, instead of putting corn in there now, I got this big old thing full of pecans. I forgot that I had them. Got a couple of apples and cucumbers in there too. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, if I do anything with them. Because I don't want them to go sour while they're sitting in the bottle. But regardless, instead of mixing corn with it from now on, I'm going to mix these pecans with it. Look how rich and dark it is. I mean, it is got these pecan hulls. I mean, I've been, let's see, that was a little too big right there. I just crack them up, put them in there. And so, yeah, that's what I'm after right there. Without the corn in it. Like I said, I know they eat the corn just about in any way, shape, or form, but it's cottonseed, mixing it with some, and all this is just stuff that I had around the house. Now these big old things of pecans are about 3 years old, so I mean they're not worth me eating anymore. But that's what they make this old dark color. That's the pecan mixing in with the cottonseed. I was having to put corn in there just to weight it down enough to where it would grind it. But the pecans, they take it pretty good. So, yeah, that's gonna be good, I think. All right, we're gonna fill them up, carry them out there tomorrow, see how they do. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all. Count my bottles, and I wound up 3 bottles shy somehow. And I know what it is. We found some old popcorn in there. And I told him, I said, don't throw that stuff away. I'll put it in one of my bottles so I come out here to make me up another bottle right quick. Plus, I forgot that I had forgotten about the story for this week. So, I owe y'all a story. I ain't gonna be out here long. It's too darn hot to stay out here in this shop for too long. I'll just come out here and make these 3 bottles up. And, you know, with all the sports and everything being handicapped right now because of the virus and everything, and with all this unrest and everything, he's talking about the Star Spangled Banner and everything, playing Star Spangled Banner and people kneeling and all this stuff. But you have the right to do, I mean, don't get me wrong, you have every bit of the right to do that, just as much as I have every bit of the right to not watch it. Which is what I do. I don't watch it. I gotta clean the dry them out first. Back in 1918, the World Series in 1918 was played between the Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox. Now, they get to the World Series, and the players decide that they're not getting enough for the purse for being in the World Series, so they decide they're not going to take the field. Whole crowd slam full of people, and they're not going to take the field because they don't feel like they're getting paid enough. Does that sound familiar? Seems like everybody's bickering over money, and that's kind of the way it always has been, always will be. People are going to bicker over money. So this is, like I said, this is right here, September of 1918. So, yeah, it's pretty good. So the players and you know, there was a lot of vets in the stands because World War I, of course, and the players out of you know, more out of respect than anything else, decide, okay, we're going to go ahead and play if for nothing, for just the vets, especially the wounded vets and everything. So they got into the spirit of the thing, and before the game was played, somebody decided to play the national anthem because it was full of vets. They were going to play the ball game out of, you know, respect for the vets, so they decided to play the national anthem. This is the first known time that anybody knows of anybody playing the national anthem before a game begins, and it's a tradition that stuck and is carried on for years now. And like I said, that was in 1918 between the Red Sox and the Cubs. All right. I'm gonna put these, drill my holes here and then go put some old popcorn in them.